This is a short video for United Christian Broadcasters about ProgrammExpress, the portfolio, program and project tracking solution. ProgrammExpress is a hosted cloud-based solution, and I'm going to use the demo system, Demo 15, but if you were to take up ProgrammExpress, it would be ucb.programmexpress.co.uk. Each of our clients has their own instance of a database. You'll see that we can very quickly apply the corporate branding and logo to the solution to make it look like your own. I'm going to log on as an administrator of ProgrammExpress, and you can be an administrator, a write access, or a read-only user. It takes us to the home screen, and the home screen is where you can see and gain visibility of all projects and their status, and you can run reports. So if we open up the portfolio of projects, you'll see here purely a demonstration structure. So you may have marketing, technical, customer care as your examples. But what we have is a portfolio, and then we have programs and projects that sit beneath those programs. You can have more levels if you want programs with sub-projects sitting underneath there as well. But this is just for demonstration purposes. And the idea of ProgrammExpress is that everybody has a common consolidated version of project information and a portal where updates can be applied into a project, and we can see the health of the project broken down by all of the modules available within ProgrammExpress. You don't have to use all of these, shown here as icons, but better shown here through commentary, planning, resourcing, cost management, benefit realization, change impact management, risk registers and logs, which can be issues, actions, decisions, etc. And the whole idea is that everybody will feed their status of their project into the solution. From this screen, you can also, if you wish, you can start to filter. So I can take away my greens and ambers, and you can start to see all the reds, and you can deep dive in to see, why is MS365 rollout red in terms of impact or red in terms of the plan. You can do it from that perspective by going into the data within the system, or you can start to run reports. I've just unfiltered all of that. So we assume that everybody's made an update, and then real time, what we can do is start to run some reports. Our bread and butter report is the reg status summary. Takes away the need for people to update in Word and send it to a central admin and produce an Excel summary. It's all automated. So you'll see a reg status report with all the projects, bit of information in each of the columns, narrative, bit of red, amber, green, bit of planning information, who owns the, or project managers the piece of work. So very simply consolidated view, a summary view of all the project information. Or we can run a Gantt chart. Let's have a look at the plan from the top level, from the portfolio, which then allows us to see the plan for every single project, and shown here as Gantt chart taskbars, red, amber, green, showing the health of each of the tasks. So in terms of the success of ProgrammExpress, it's down to the data input. And what we try and do is keep the user interface as simple as possible. So I'm going to log on as myself, Nick Wilson, and I will see the same home screen, the same database, but a slightly different view. So I've got read access to all the projects, as we did as an administrator, but I can toggle to write access, and this will show me, because of the user filtering and the user access that we have in the background of the system, that I have write access and I'm expected to update 5 of these projects. So I go to warehouse management system, I'll be expected to update the commentary, and this is where I'll put my narrative, overall status, achieve last period, focus for next period, decisions and escalations. These commentary threads are configurable. You can make these your own. Once I've made my updates, I can go into my plan, and I can look at the plan and I can update it, I can change it. I've got baseline and forecast. And then I'll move through to my resourcing. I'll see what resources are working on the project. I can add new resources. I've got a whole table of different types of people that I can allocate to the project. And if they're not on that list, I can actually add some new people if I want to. So I'll amend my resources, cancel out of there, and then I'll go through to my logs. These are the only modules that I'm expected to update. So I've got issues, actions, decisions, lessons learned. I've got a table which I can add to. I've got an audit trail, and then I can report on. When I've made all my updates, in my portal, I might have set up my own reports, which only I can see, and I'll run a one-page summary PPT. So this is sort of plan on a page, fits nicely on PowerPoint, and you'll see here I've now got my plan as a timeline. I've got some narrative information, some financial information, and I can see whether I'm comfortable that this data within the project can be reported on and the report looks okay. Or I can run a one-page overview, a slightly more detailed project report, which I might use as a project manager with my team. And I can talk about the overall status, I can talk about the plan, the risks, the actions, the lessons learned, etc., etc. Back into the administrator log on. I can assume that everybody's made their updates. I could be quite comfortable now that I could go to some reports that have been set up, and I could go to a one-page summary PPT, which is the same as the one I've just shown you, but I'm running it from the top level, filtered by all active projects. So what I now have is 10 one-page summaries of each of the projects. Now I know resourcing and pinch point of resources in certain timescales is an issue. So we could run what we call our resource usage report. And this replaces the need for somebody working on Excel because this is aligned to the plan. So people are allocated to the plan. So if the plan changes, then the allocation of their time will move with it. We'll see very simply here the people, what projects they're working on, the number of days in a period, and we can see the health, whether they're under or over allocated, and see potential real hotspots. So we'll see here this resource has been allocated to far too many projects and is out of tolerance. It's more than the number of days that they've been made available to work on projects within the portfolio. So that really is just a very, very short, quick demo. That will be a 90-minute demo in 5, 6, 7 minutes. Just to give a flavour of ProgrammExpress, it can be implemented within 48 hours. It can be configured within half a day. So there's no major customization going on here. And then it's around about training, which is 1 to 2 hours per user, and then data input and working alongside the administration resource, which now will be able to not have to manually and labor intensively take people's updates and put them in Excel and PowerPoint. It should all be automated, aggregated and consolidated information. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully it might lead to a fuller demo and further discussion. Thanks for your time.